everyone. I wish you all a wonderful day filled with peace, happiness, and many good things for you and your family. If you enjoy ancient legends, fascinating myths, and stories that carry meaningful life lessons, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing these stories to life. Let us travel back in time to Aotearoa, the ancient name of New Zealand, where the Māori people have passed down through generations a remarkable legend about the great hero Maui, a man who accomplished what seemed impossible. He made the sun slow down. Long ago, when the world was still young, the sun did not move across the sky the way it does today. Every morning, as soon as the first rays of dawn appeared on the horizon, the sun would race across the heavens like an arrow shot from a giant bow. Before people could finish their morning tasks, noon had already arrived, and before long, the sun disappeared beyond the distant mountains. The days were so short that people barely had enough time to accomplish anything. Fishermen could hardly prepare their boats before darkness returned. Farmers struggled to tend their fields. Children had little time to play. Elders had little time to share stories and wisdom with the younger generation. Everywhere, people complained. Life became increasingly difficult. In a village by the sea, the sound of sighs and frustration could be heard every day. One evening, shortly after sunset, the villagers gathered around a fire. An old man spoke first. "We cannot continue living like this." A woman nodded in agreement. "The days are too short. We never have enough time." Another villager added, "If only the sun would move more slowly." The group sighed together. Everyone knew such a thing seemed impossible. The sun was one of the greatest powers in the sky. Who could possibly change it? Among those listening quietly that evening was Maui. Maui was known throughout the land for his intelligence, courage, and daring ideas. As he gazed toward the horizon where the last light of day was fading away, a thought entered his mind. If the sun moves too fast, why not find a way to slow it down? The next day, Maui gathered his brothers. "We are going to catch the sun," he announced. His brothers stared at him in disbelief. At first, they laughed. Surely Maui was joking. But when they saw the serious look on his face, their laughter faded. One brother asked, "How can anyone catch the sun?" Another said, "It burns hotter than any fire." A third shook his head. "It is stronger than any creature in the world." But Maui remained determined. "Nothing is impossible," he said. When people worked together, then he instructed his brothers to gather flax plants. Day after day, they harvested flax and brought it back. Together, they sat beneath the trees, weaving the fibers into ropes. The ropes grew longer, they grew thicker, they grew stronger. Their hands became sore and blistered. But they continued their work. Maui knew that if they were to hold the sun, the ropes would have to be stronger than anything they had ever made before. After many weeks of preparation, everything was finally ready. "It is time," Maui said. The brothers set out on a journey to the far eastern edge of the world, where the sun emerged each morning. The journey was long and difficult. They crossed dense forests. They climbed steep mountains. They waded through rivers and traveled across wild lands where few had ever ventured. Many times, Maui's brothers wanted to turn back, but Maui encouraged them to continue. At last, after many days and nights, they reached the place where the sun rose from the earth. Before them lay a vast and enormous pit. This, they believed, was where the sun emerged every morning before racing across the sky. Immediately, Maui and his brothers began preparing their trap. They stretched the ropes around the mouth of the pit. Every knot was tied carefully. Every loop was secured tightly. When everything was ready, they hid behind great rocks and waited. Darkness covered the land. Silence filled the air. Time seemed to move slowly. Then the eastern sky began to brighten. A single ray of light appeared. Then another dot, and another. The light grew stronger. The sun was coming slowly. It began to rise from the giant pit. Soon it would race across the sky. Just as it always had, Maui gripped his rope tightly. "Get ready," he whispered. The sun climbed higher. Its heat spread across the land. Sweat formed on the brothers' foreheads. The air grew hotter and hotter. Then, At exactly the right moment, Maui shouted, "Pull!" With all their strength, the brothers pulled the ropes. The great ropes flew forward and wrapped around the sun. The sun roared in surprise and anger. It struggled violently. It pulled and twisted. The earth trembled beneath its power. The air blazed. With intense heat, Maui's brothers were dragged across the ground. But they refused to let go. The harder the sun fought, the tighter the ropes became. Then Maui stepped forward. In his hands was a sacred weapon made from the jawbone of one of his ancestors. The sun roared, "Release me!" But Maui did not retreat. He raised the magical jawbone high above his head. Then he struck once, twice, again and again. Each blow weakened the mighty sun. The battle continued for a long time. Eventually, the sun grew exhausted. Its strength began to fade. It could no longer fight, breathing heavily. The sun finally cried out, "Please stop." Maui stood before it. "From this day forward," he said, "you must travel more slowly across the sky." The sun remained silent. Maui continued, "People need time to live, to work, and to care for their families. You can no longer race across the heavens as you once did." At last, the sun agreed. Maui signaled to his brothers. Slowly, they loosened the ropes. The sun was free once more. But from that day onward, it never traveled as quickly as before. It moved more slowly. Across the sky, the days became longer. Fishermen had enough time to sail and fish. Farmers had enough time to tend their crops. Families had enough time to build homes and care for one another. Children could play. Elders could rest and share their stories. Life became better for everyone. And so, through countless generations, the Maori people have continued to tell the story of Maui as a symbol of courage, wisdom, determination, and the power of working together. For sometimes, the thing that changes the world is not the greatest strength, that is the courage of one person willing to face what others believe is impossible. Thank you for listening to today's story. If you enjoyed this legend from New Zealand, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating myths and legends from around the world. May peace and happiness always be with you, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next story.